Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode. Damn shit. Sorry about that. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of your favorite YouTube channel and podcast, Talking Ravens all day, every day, with your host Justin P. and my MVP, billion-dollar co-host Miss Shannon Fitch. This is episode 145 for the YouTube version, and for the audio version, for those who can't watch live for whatever reason, you're working, you're driving. Season 2, episode 45, and right underneath the description are the links to the audio podcast on every platform so far. And right under that is myself, Shannon, and David's social media platforms. He couldn't make it tonight. It's peak season for him in the post office, so we'll get him on here as soon as the holidays are over. We miss you, Big Dave. Like I said, I have all platforms: Shannon's Facebook, Twitter, IG, David Facebook, IG. So if there's anything Raven related that y'all feel like we're not talking about on the show, send us a message and we'll try to include it either in our preview or our recap shows. So today, Shannon, today, me, I'm sorry, because it felt like a Tuesday. Well, I came up with some pretty good topics. They're not as good as Shannon's topics, but I think I did pretty fair for square.
They
So,
fine.
you know, we yeah, we do our previews on Thursday because since we had a bye week last week, so that kind of threw me out of whack. So we always start off with the coaching matchups. So who has the edge heading into this Week 15 matchup? John Harbaugh or Brian Dable?
Now, before we get started on this preview, I just have to say that this is probably going to be the easiest preview that we've done this season so far. And there's no disrespect to the Giants, but I'm not going to, front and make it more than what it needs to be. So this is probably going to go by fast. But coaching, I'm giving that to John Harbaugh, no doubt.
John Harbaugh. Let's move on. Giants offensive coordinator. Give me 1 second. I had it typed up, but it went away. Yeah. All right, so we got Mike John Kafka and Todd Monken. Who has the edge?
Todd Monken, I don't know what the Giants got going on over there.
Yeah, Todd Drunken Monken for sure. Because the Giants' offense is terrible because they Drew Lock and Tommy DeVito. Yeah, Todd Monken. All right, now the defensive coordinators: Shane Bowen and Zach Orr. Busy,
um,
busy. Sorry about that, Shannon.
no, that's okay. Um, I'm gonna give it to Zach Orr because I think that his defense has turned it around the past 3 weeks. Um, he has more talent to work with from front to back.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm gonna give it to Zach Orr just based off the fact of
Yeah.
what's happened recently.
Yeah, definitely Zach Orr, Shane Bowen. The Giants defense is a little better than years past. But their back ends, has been playing well. Deontay Banks and those guys we'll talk about, when we do our matchups. But yeah, it's definitely Zach Orr. Now, this is gonna be like you said, this is gonna be real quick. The quarterbacks, Drew Lock and Lamar Jackson. Who has the edge?
Lamar,
Same Lamar. No need to waste time. You got the running backs: Tyrone Tracy Jr., Devin Singletary, Eric Gray, Ravens, Derek Henry, Justice Hill, Keaton Mitchell. Who has the edge?
Ravens.
Ravens as well. Yeah, like you said, this is the receivers may be the only thing that might be somewhat of a fight for the Giants. But Malik Neighbors, Jalen Hyatt, uh, Warner Robinson, Ishmael Smith, Marset, who used to play for the Vikings, Darius Slayton. You got Ravens, Zay Flowers, Deontay Johnson suspended. So I'm not going to add him to this because he's suspended. Tylen Wallace, Bateman, who will be back from his elbow injury. Nelson Aguilar, Taz Walker, and Mark Andrews and crew. And they have Eric Bellinger as the tight end for them. Daniel Bellinger. I'm sorry, Eric Bellinger is a singer. Who has the edge in the wide receiver tight end department?
Um, I'm going to say Ravens because they're able to produce more. I mean, I think the Giants has talent there, but you don't get to see it a lot just based on what's happening on other sides of their offense. But I'm gonna give it to the Ravens.
Ravens as well. Like I said, Zay about to hit 1,000. Mark Andrews, just broke set a record for us, so definitely Ravens. All right, the offensive line. You got for the Giants, Jermaine Illuminor, former Raven, Chris Hubbard, a former Cleveland Brown, Joshua Easy Due, I think that's how you say his name. Andrew Thomas, he's on IR. John Ryan Jr., John Michael Schmitz Jr., kid from Michigan. Greg Van Roten and Evan Neal, the Ravens, Ronnie Stanley, Patrick McCarr, who I want on the bench so bad, penalized. Tyler Lindenbaugh, Daniel Fahalehe, and Roger Rosengarten, who has the edge.
Ravens. I mean, the Giants thought they were doing something with building their offensive line this offseason, but it doesn't look any better than it's looked in previous years. So Ravens.
Definitely Ravens. Beginning of the year, probably could have been a tie, but now definitely Ravens. Andrew Thomas is on IR, so that's a big blow to them. And our guys, despite the penalties, have played a lot better as the weeks went on. So yeah. Now time to go to the defense. Both teams are 3-4 defense. The Giants they have Raheem Nunes Roches, the former Bucks Super Bowl champion. Jordan Riley, Elijah Chapman, us, Justin Metabike, Roger Washington, Travis Jones, Brent Urban, and whenever we get Michael Pierce back, who else is?
I'm going Ravens.
I'm going Ravens as well, man. Because like I said, Metabike and them finally so like they're starting to pick it up. They're not leading league in sacks like they did last year with their top five, top four. Now to the outside linebackers, the middle linebackers. I mean, linebackers are outside the rush guys and the middle and the off ball guys.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby Okereke, got Michael McFadden, Darius Musu, Kayvon Thibodeau, Aziz Al-Jalaj now IR. The Ravens, you have Roquan Smith, Trenton Simpson, Malik Harrison, Calvin Noy, Odafe Owe, what's my Latavius Robinson, and David Ojabo, who has the edge in the linebacker department.
I call this one a tie. I do think that Brian Burns and Kayvon can be game
And
changers.
Brian Burns, forgot about Brian
Yeah,
Burns.
I mean they can be game changers. And I feel like the Ravens have a lot of depth in that department. Particularly at the middle linebacker, we've been able to see over the past couple of weeks. So I'm gonna call it a tie. I don't think anybody really has the edge, because I think both parts of that defense can do good things, great things.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a tie as well. Like I said, because like Brian Burns and Thibodeau are pretty good players. The second night for the Giants, Cordell Flott, Art Green, Dan Belton, Tyler Newman's on IR, Jason Pinnock, Deontay Banks, Drew Matthews, Isaiah Simmons, and Adari Jackson. Ravens, Nate Wiggins, Marlon Humphrey, Brandon Steve, Davis White, Cal Hamilton, Darius Washington. Who has the edge?
I'm going Ravens. I think we have the edge there.
Good thing because Marlon Humphrey is balling, all first team, all pro this year. Hal Hamilton is balling too. He's probably going to be a second team all pro. And Darius Washington got himself entrenched in that free safety spot. And like I said, Nate Wiggins is balling, and Brandon Stevens is looking better nowadays. Not the starting outside corner. He's more like in a slot or playing a third and four. And then Davis White has been a plus since he's been here. So yeah,
Hmm.
definitely Ravens. Now they might get us here. Special teams. Got kicker Graham Gano, punter Jamie Gillen, who's also the holder. Kick returner Emir Smith Marsetti, and he's the kick returner. And then long snapper Casey Creighton. Ravens Justin Tucker, who's been playing like ass. Jordan Stout, who's been punting like ass. Tyler Wallace, no really big returns, but Nick Moore. So who has the edge in the special teams?
I'm going Giants. Like I said last week, I'm not picking the Ravens special teams until they show me something different. So I'll go Giants.
I'm going New York Football Giants as well. Our special teams have been ass this year. Ass, like Big Sean said. Now first actual topic. John Harbaugh is 13-3 coming off a bye week. Does this hold any merit going into Sunday's game in your opinion?
I think it does. I mean, it goes to show that he has his team prepared after the bye week, and I don't expect it to be any different come Sunday.
Yeah, I think it does because obviously whatever he's doing is working. 13 wins out of 16 games on his bye, so that's 90%. So yeah, I think it does, especially against an inferior team. All right, speaking of inferior teams, with the losses to the Browns and Raiders this season, will that help the Ravens not to look past the Giants and that 2-11 record in your opinion?
Um, Originally, my first thought was I don't think they're going to be specifically thinking about the Raiders or the Browns because we're 8-5. So they know that they can't afford to lose any games. They know that any game, they might not win. They can't afford to look past anyone, in my opinion, when you're 8-5. And I think that with the way that Lamar felt after the Eagles game, I think we're gonna see more of a Lamar Jackson that we saw during that 5 game win streak when everybody was calling him MV3. Now how I feel about it is maybe they will be thinking about the Raiders and the Browns because I did see Kyle Hamilton talking to the press, and he mentioned those two teams. So originally, I felt like they don't need to be thinking about just those two teams because we've lost to more than just them. But hearing Kyle Hamilton say that, I think that they are. I mean, if he's saying it, that's probably more than one person in the building saying that. So they probably are thinking about those two teams. But I don't want them to get too focused on that because, like I said, we lost to more than just those two teams. So just come out and eat your food. Don't play with it.
Yeah, the reason I say that, and you're right, we lost to a team, but those two teams have a similar record to what the Giants have. They are the three worst teams in football. So it was a difference if we lost to all team winning records because now it's a different challenge. But you lost to two teams record wise that stink. Granted, one of them's in the division, one of them, at the time was playing okay, but they still have losing records. So now it gives you a mindset like, hey, we can't overlook these guys. We already lost to two teams, you know, that have losing records. So we have been had already. So we got to go in there and play the Giants like prepare for the Giants like they're 11-2. That definitely, I think it definitely helps them because now, like I say, you're not going to say, oh, we're just going to roll in there and beat them 45 to nothing. It doesn't work like that. It's not Madden. The Giants still get paid. They still try to feed their families. Guys are applying for contracts, jobs, for
Mhm.
with their team with the next. So they're not going to just roll over and say, hey, just stomp them all on our ass because y'all the Ravens with the Giants and we stink. Nah, so I think it does help, to put things in perspective. All right. Next topic, we always talk about this. How will Todd Monken attack the Giants defense in your opinion?
Well, the Giants' pass defense is ranked sixth, and they're ranked 29th in rush defense. So I think it's pretty clear how we should attack them. Get more manageable downs. I've said that each week because with scoring and red zone and third down defense, they're kind of middle of the pack, so that can go either way. If we get more manageable downs, then we can avoid long down situations, which then is counterproductive to what they're good at defensively, which is the pass rush. I mean, don't give them a chance to get after your quarterback and be in those long down situations. So I feel like if we dominate on the ground, I think that'll be the recipe for success. I do also think this is a game that we can get the offense involved, the passing game involved more. We've kind of been missing out on that the past couple of weeks. But we must first establish the run and dominate in the run, and then that'll open up things in the passing game. Don't get too cute. Just do what makes sense. And like I said, sixth in pass defense, 29th in rush defense. We have one of the best rushing teams in the league. Run the ball.
I completely agree. Definitely want to run the football, but like I said, definitely, I'm still pass because like they could. I think the Giants are going to definitely put 9 in the box, 10 in the box. That's could take away Derrick Henry for sure. I think that's every team's first order of business against stop Lamar, stop Derrick Henry. So that's going to leave guys one on the outside. Yes, they're 6th in the league and pass it, but that could be inflated because, like I said, it's only have 2 wins to show for it. So that could be once teams got up on them, they just stopped throwing it, or they throw at a premium, at a premium attempt. So obviously, if it was 6, it's not as good as it's supposed to be because they have 2 wins. So, like you said, definitely run the football, have a balanced attack, but still definitely take your shots because Andrews is definitely going to have a lot of favorable matchups. And they got, like I said, they got 2 or 3 guys back there that's on IR. So you're going to have some guys, some backup guys in that now. So you can, take even with Fonte playing because, even though when he wasn't suspended, still wasn't being utilized. So this should be no big, big adjustment at all because he, like I say, he was barely featured at all. So Zay and then Bateman had a week off the rest of that ankle, and like I said, Aguilar, Tyler Wallace, and likely they all should get some favorable matchups. But definitely run the ball with 22. Always said he need at least 22 carries his jersey number, and then let 8 and the rest do their thing. All right,
Mhm.
how will Zach Orr defend the Giants' offense?
Well, you know, no disrespect, but the Giants' offense just really isn't that good. Like they're not that good at all. It starts with their offensive line. Their offensive line is not good, and then a horrific quarterback play this year. It didn't matter who was that quarterback. I mean, I've seen few of their games. You know, what's his name? Tony DeVito and Drew Lock didn't look any better than
Yeah,
Danny Dimes
Tommy.
looked. They didn't look any better. So when you have, I think the Giants has solid skill players. Like they don't have a they got a decent running back. They got good wide receivers out there. But none of that matters when you don't have a good old line or a quarterback that can get you the ball. So all should do what we do best. Look to stop the run. Make them no dimensional. No dimensional meaning stop the run and make the quarterback very uncomfortable. You make the quarterback uncomfortable, then Neighbors and Wendell and Slayton and them, they really can't have opportunity to get off because 9 times out of 10 he's not getting the ball off. And if we're doing that, then we might have more opportunities for turnovers and interceptions and things like that. So I just think that we should definitely focus on stopping the run. Make them no dimensional, get after the quarterback, and just be as dominant. Like this is a performance where the defense can be dominant. I said this against um, we played the Broncos. I felt like that was a feel good game for the defense, and for the most part, the defense played very well against the Broncos. And whatever you thought about the Broncos then, you see where the Broncos are now. So that was a good showing for the defense. And I think it's going to be the same thing on Sunday. I mean, like I said, no disrespect. Yes, they all get paid, but I just expect the defense to go out there and play one of their best games, and it won't be hard to do that because again, no disrespect, but the Giants' offense just isn't that good.
No, it is disrespectful on my end. They are some butt. Like I'm sorry. I'm not a great player Harbaugh cause they is some shit. This is like Alabama playing Appalachian State. We should completely. So this is the easiest game our defense probably going to get. Like like I
Probably
said,
all
you're
year.
playing. Yeah, you're going to get two. Like you held MVP Josh Allen to 10 points. You held Baker essentially in check for the last quarter. Dak and now you held them to 6 points into the last quarter. You held Drew Lock. I mean, my mind was Bo Nix and them the 10 points, and they playing great. Like you done held much better teams and offenses in check. So this should be like for the coaches. This should be a day in the park. You can should be able to blitz them, zero blitz them, do whatever you want. Because like I said, maybe if they still have Saquon Barkley and Darren Waller, you might be okay. But now, no. As good as Malik Neighbors is, yes, he might get a few catches, but it shouldn't be nothing that's damning. Blitz them and just play man and just get up out of there.
Hmm.
All right, for our over under stat lines. We're gonna start with Lamar total yards passing and rushing. We're gonna go 275 over under.
I'm gonna go over 220 passing, 60 rushing, so that's 280.
280. I'm gonna go 300, 250, and then 50 on the ground. Derrick Henry, 95 yards rushing over under.
I'm gonna say over. I think having a bye week it probably refreshed him a little bit. I'll say 110.
I'm gonna go 125. Say Flowers, 50 yards receiving over under.
Over. I think Zay was a little upset the last time we saw him. He hasn't had the games that we've expected him to have the past couple of weeks. I mean, he had about what, a 3 week streak or 4 week streak of having 100 yards a game almost, and we haven't had anywhere near close to that. So I'll go over. I'll say 85.
I'm with you. I'm gonna go 80 yards receiving. I think he had 73 against Philly. So he'll definitely get more than that because he gets a much weaker team.
Excuse me.
Uh, Mark Andrews and Isaiah Likely. Let's go 90 yards combined over under.
Um, I'll say under. I'll say 80. Maybe like 40-40 for both. Because I think they can be more like red zone targets, like down there, when they will be like big play things like that.
I'm gonna go over with 90, 45 apiece. Now on defense, total team sacks. We'll start the line at 3 over under.
I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna say 5.
I'm gonna go over and go 6 because Giants line is terrible and their quarterback's terrible. All right, total team interceptions on defense to start the line at 2 over under.
I'm gonna go right at 2. I think they can get 2 turnovers.
I'm gonna go 3, 3 picks. I think Drew Lock those 3. All right, Trenton Simpson and Roquan Smith combined tackles. I start the line at 14.
Mm, I'll say 14, right at the line.
I'll go 16, 10 for Roquan, 6 for Trenton. All right, now, I know this was a short show. It just happens when you play bad teams. 3 keys to victory, Hannah.
Special teams do your job. We've been talking about them all year. They've cost us a lot of games. We need to look at these last 4 games like the playoffs and play our best football. So do your job. Lamar BU. I've talked about it myself on this show. We heard him say what his mom said to him. What makes Lamar special is what Lamar can do, but we need all aspects of that Lamar. So Lamar BU and stay disciplined. Limit the penalties. Last game I said if we cut the penalties in half, we can win. We didn't win, but we did cut the penalties in half. So let's limit those penalties and come out on a good side this time.
Well said. Mine's always the same. Protect the ball, turn the football over, score more touchdowns and field goals. All right, our score predictions. Go ahead, Shannon.
I got 34-6 Ravens. Like I said, I just feel like it's going to be a dominant performance. Not looking past anybody. But I do think that losing to the Eagles, another game that was winnable, I think that got stuck with the guys. Like Lamar said, he was still thinking about it. So I think they're going to come out with a focus. They know what's at stake at this point. This like this time last year, we were more or less like fighting with the Browns and thinking about who's going to win the division and stuff like that. At this point, I just feel like if the Ravens handle their business, I don't care about winning the division. Let's get in the playoffs and let's play our best football these last 4 weeks and have some momentum going into the playoffs. Like we've said before, some of our best seasons were when we weren't top seeds. So we can turn it around and still do what we wanted to do this season. It's still right in front of us.
No, you're right, but I do want to do the division. I do want to go to a home playoff game. That's just me selfishly, but but no, everything you just said was just spot on. My score prediction is I'm going to go 42-7 Ravens. I think we're going to pull it on. I think they get a little cheap BS TD once in the game. We take everybody out, but I just think Lamar on offense, and Zach, I think it's just like I said, it's going to be like a better version of what we did at Buffalo. Well, everyone, up. That's it. Like I said today, like I said, sometimes it should be quick shows, but it's all good. It means everybody can go watch the Thursday night game. So Shannon, go ahead and do your closing remarks. I ain't really got too much to say.
Yeah, I don't have too much to say. Besides thinking about the Hard Knocks, the AFC North Hard Knocks, I haven't watched it yet, and it hasn't made me really interested in watching it because I've heard that it's not a lot about the Ravens. And I guess I guess that makes sense. We had a bye week last week. The week before that, we lost, and it was more like about the Steelers and the Bengals. I think that's who played, or the Browns, whoever they played. But I guess maybe these next couple of weeks we'll be able to see more from the Ravens, see more about how things look from our perspective. Like I don't want to watch a show and just feel like I'm only watching about the Steelers. So I hope in the coming weeks it can be more about all of the teams like they alleged versus just being focused on Mike Tomlin because all I see is clips from Mike Tomlin and what he's saying to guys and I like Mike Tomlin. I ain't got no problem with that. But as a Ravens fan, I would like to see some Ravens stuff if I'm going to watch it. So hopefully over the next couple of weeks we can get some more of that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, echo everything you just said. Like I said, enjoy the Thursday night game. Enjoy the no college football this weekend, but will be some next weekend. Start with the playoffs. Enjoy the NBA games. I know what I'm about to say. Make sure you trade talk Ravens all day, every day. I'm your host Justin P, my MVP $1 billion co-host Michelle Fitch. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, listen to the audio version. We'll be back Tuesday to do the recap. Of this game, and then Thursday. For the preview the Steelers game, because we play next Thursday. Next Saturday. Excuse me. So we love y'all guys. Be safe out here in this, while you shopping and stuff like that. We'll see y'all on Tuesday. We out.
Good night. Bye, Justin.
Bye, Shannon.